Hello everybody, this is All South Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play the Manaharr Saga 2. In the previous episode, we escorted Rugga to his jail, and then got a request from King Manaharr to try and find a cure for whatever it is that Rugga poisoned him with. Honestly, I am not counting on us getting through that, or getting anything out of him. Anyways, first things first, we will head to the market. Now, this is going to cost us a lot, but we are going to buy all of the supplies here. Reason being is, an ideal decision will cut our supplies in half later on, but supplies are going to be highly limited later on, so we're gonna want as much as we can get. Let's see, how many days worth of food is this gonna get us? Start at 14. Only gets us a little over 5, maybe close to 20, or little over 5, little close to maybe 6. Yeah, we're gonna get all that. Hope of the gods, +1 to all talents, +3 armor, 20% divert armor. Interesting. Let's see, +1 armor to adjacent allies and self, 1 will per turn, +3 to will talents. Remember to return home no matter how far, no matter the circumstances. Not bad, but I think I'll pass. Alright, now let's have a chat with Petrus. We've not had the time for proper introductions. I didn't even know it'd be necessary. Are you comfortable with the king's orders? It's not a matter of comfort. I was given as much warning as you were. That is to say, none. But if these are the king's orders, I will follow them. Is there anything you wish to know? Petrus stands at attention, waiting for your response. Fourth one will end the conversation early, so let's go through all these. How did you become the guard captain in Arborang? He looks uncomfortable and unaccustomed to talking about himself. I won't bore you with the details. I was an orphan. When I was young and impetuous, I overthrew the vicious bastards who were selling children in the slums. I did it without killing a man. King Manaharr made me an honor guard. A few years later, after an attempted coup, I became captain. You may have a guess who incited that attempted coup. Fast rise to power. Power only means you have the luxury of putting your own needs last. Petrus stands at attention. What can you provide? Several hundred trained fighters, weapons and armor, and access to the king should you need it. Several hundred fighters? In a city of several 100,000? We're lucky for that. Look at Frostfeller or Boersgard. The wealthy buy control. Any upset of balance and the wealthy families back each other, or hack each other to pieces over it. Innocent people get caught in the fray. The king is trying to change that in Arborang, but it's slow going. Tradition dies hard. And in my experience, many would just prefer to hack each other to pieces in the first place. Okay, why did Manaharr put me in charge? I'm an outsider. It would be above my position to assume. But, in my opinion, you answered the question yourself. The king knows the other clans in Arborang. Too well, I think. Schemes and secret plots flourish in a city like this, but your banner speaks for you. Who better than an indebted outsider to handle the other outsiders? So he can expect me to do as he says and take the blame if things go wrong, too. Well, that's one way to look at it. Aren't the wealthy families in Arborang going to be upset about this? Without a doubt. You probably have things to do. As you say, my men were spread thin already. I'm almost more worried about the clans than the dredge. May I offer some advice? I'll ask for it when I need it, gets you nothing. Please do, gets us 15 morale, so come on. Rely on me to understand this city. Sometimes men who come from the countryside see things as a straight path, but Arborang is a circle. If you try to change direction suddenly, you risk being flung over a cliff. And we are dangerously close to a steep drop. I appreciate your counsel. Thank you. Of course, if you need me, I will be nearby. Alright, time to get moving. Nothing else left for us to do, no point in resting. Don't think we can really do too much with our heroes, and we already bought out all the supplies at the market. Alright. Petrus escorts you to your camp, which was set up while you were gone. I know King Manaharr asked you to speak with Rugga at once, but after his men ambushed us, I may have been too... He's not capable of speech for the moment. It seems like you two have some history. I will bring you to speak with him as soon as possible. For now, I would suggest rest. It has been a long day for us all. Oddleaf has been waiting for you to return. You can hear her singing and laughing in the distance. Where is everyone? Celebrating. For the first time since we left Skogar, we can just... stop. We made it. Thanks to you. I don't feel done yet. The dredge could easily tear through that flimsy outer wall if they wanted to. As far as I can tell, we've still got no answers to the darkness. What do you think Iver's doing right now? All options lead to the same result. Now then, there is another conversation between Oddleaf and Rook that only takes part, well, obviously if you're playing as Rook. See, yes, Rook, I'm very much suggesting, and the first option that I'm very much accepting gets you an achievement. The other two options, you know what you mean to me, Oddleaf, but maybe another time, and I don't think we should get you nothing. Anyways, as for this one, all options lead to the same result. Probably keeping them all from killing each other if I know Iver. I know you're right, but I miss him. It feels strange, this sudden calm. Nothing to do but wait. You're right. I can't even work on Rugga yet. The guard captain went wild on him. Good. On the other hand, what if Manaharr dies? Between Rugga's loyalists, the Horseborn, and the power struggle, this city may turn on itself. The harder we try to grip this world, the faster it seems to slip from our fingers. We can't stop the world, Alette. All we can do is try to hold it. Come on, you deserve one night of happiness. Oddleaf fakes a brave face and leads you to where the rest are already celebrating. Raising high their shining light.
The darkness hasn't responded to anything I've tried so far. Damn you, Juno! How did you... Can't give up.
What are you up to, Zephyr? Just get out of there. Strand. Interesting.
What am I doing here? I left my friends in Arborang and joined the Spellweavers, Juno and Eyvind, on their journey to undo the darkness and put an end to a world-eating serpent. Juno fashioned a dome of light around us, and we pushed into the darkness. I expected desolation. Instead, we've passed villages that look as though melted, and forests curled like fishhooks. I've had a bad feeling that these things will never again return to the way they once were, even if we succeed. With us came a band of mercenaries, the Ravens, tricked into believing the orders came from their leader. This, too, feels like disaster waiting to happen.
Isn't that the same bridge we crossed over at the beginning of Banner Saga 1? You need to address this now, Juno. You catch one of the ravens staring at you for the third time. Whispering between them has become worrisome. Not yet. Soon. The longer you control Folka's mind, the worse it'll be when you drop the tricks. Hold up. Sorry about that, needed to sneeze. The ravens you brought with us are hardened mercenaries. They won't take lightly to being kidnapped. There was no time to convince them properly, and we need their blades and shields out here. What happened out here exactly? The darkness doesn't kill. it warps. There are things hiding out here we don't want to meet. Perfect. I have a feeling they might notice this giant dome of a light. I'm afraid it's necessary. It's the only thing keeping the darkness from warping us as well. I will release Volka's mind soon, when they discover they're trapped within the light. See, all options here lead to the same result. Not a whole lot of choices this chapter. If they want to stay the same shape, they won't have much choice. An unfortunate truth that we must count on. What I've done, I know how it looks. It isn't the way I wanted things to be. Please, Iver, put your trust in us a little longer. Just fix this. Believe me, we are trying. Yeah, because if that's Strahd, that is the very same bridge we crossed beforehand.
The old city on the human world border looms ahead. Twisted into a claw, but still Strahd. Now, I have to imagine the longboats bringing fish in the harbor, and the bustling of merchants hawking goods. An unexpected light from Stran's Great Hall calls to us from atop the hill. We'll stop briefly to investigate.
Interesting that there's a light there. And an interesting parallel to how we began this journey. Guys, for those who don't recall, we started with Ubin, not with Rook and Iver. Okay then, so we've got a couple new characters. There's Valgard. I don't remember him at all, but it looks like he's going to be our tank for this, and he's also got Bloody Flail. Not bad, not bad. Let's see. Oh yeah, we get Aetir's Fang, which we took off of certain someone's corpse. Let's see, Ollie, he's one of our only ranged guys. We got Alfren. No clue, she wasn't there beforehand. And she's required in the party, so she's probably here. And she's already pretty much got every stat maxed out. Let's see. Strength of Will. Alfren will heal her target for half of her current willpower rounded up. Menders usually heal injuries slowly and carefully, but Alfren has learned to force the body to mend itself quickly through sheer determination. Oh, so rather than mend, she heals the strength. She heals strength instead of armor. Ride the lightning. Alfren uses her will to focus her energy, launching herself forward with her spear set. After hitting her target, she quickly retreats back to her starting tile. Because she can't move through obstacles or allies, Alfren needs a clear line of sight to her target. Long-distance strike from her is devastating and leaves the target concussed, suffering 20% on his next attack. Interesting. Dark energy. At the start of her turn, Alfren automatically gains 1 will up to her maximum. Okay. Definitely seems like she's going to be an interesting one. And I think I'm going to put some extra points into her regen. I know she gains 1, but being able to gain more, not a bad idea. Then we also have Apostate, a Dredge Stone Singer. You know, the one that we brought with us. Let's see, Rupture. The character's magic seeks out any dredge too weak to resist, and it explodes their bodies, killing them and sending stone shrapnel in all directions. This is a powerful weaving, but requires a round to cast. Some dredge are strong enough to resist, even if wounded. Okay. Umbrage. The Stone Singer casts a powerful spell, sending a surge of strength through all his allies. The added size and bulk causes some armor to break. In an emergency, the spell can be used to keep weak units alive, but the long casting time requires planning ahead. And Disease Strike. Ah yes, being able to use this after having it used against us for so long. See, inflicts a disease on enemies after a successful strike. Diseased enemies lose 1 strength per turn. Diseased enemies will pass the disease onto their healthy allies when standing adjacent to them. Also useful. Let's see. A lot of points available for him. And let's also get some stubborn going for him. Let's see. Iver. I guess you weren't at level 8. Let's get you robust. You know what? Let's just max that out. And you know what? Let's go for some rupture. Ollie, you've got some points to spend. Let's see, let's put one into artery strike. And let's go hunker down. Let's see, Avon, you got promoted to level 8. Armor. And let's put some more into your willpower. Let's see, Arc Lightning, Troll Stones. Character pulls up stone shards out of the grounds to block the path of enemies. The shards block movement and force their rise. And the force of their rise deals 1 strength damage to all adjacent tiles. Stones have 10 strength and last for 1 round before sinking back into the earth. Okay. Who else do I want in a party? Iver obviously is staying. Let's see, Alfred and her healing ability can be useful. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's also Juno, who finally joins us. Confuse. Juno pulls the threads of her enemy's minds, confusing the enemy. Doing what, though? Turning them against each other? Let's see, weaved energy. Juno bolsters the willpower of a teammate and creates an aura of confidence around them. If a teammate is adjacent to another teammate, their willpower increases, and the aura is passed on to them. The willpower boost increases each time the aura is passed. The aura fades at the start of Juno's next turn. Thread of Life. Juno's connection to the Thread of Life is uniquely strong. When an enemy defeats her, she reawakens as a spirit, able to roam the battlefield in search of energy that will restore her to life. After collecting enough energy, she returns to her body and restores it to waking life. Interesting. Let's see, Krumer. I think I'm gonna toss in... I'm gonna toss in Krumer. Keep Valgard here. And... I'm thinking Avon just so he can repair armor. Now, as for trinkets, what does Iver have? Gormer statue. Let's see if I can't get him something better. +3 to strength talents. Let's see, what does he have in terms of will? 8. Don't use it all that much, so you know what? Yeah, I'll give him this. One to Gormer. +2 will per kill. +1 to strength. He's already got more than enough strength as is. Let's see. +2 to break talents. Does he? No, he does not. Let's see, what can I give her? +3 will per rest, 1 Marin. Yeah, fine. As for him, I don't think I really got anything to give him. 2 range distance? Yeah, no. Not useful. Anything that could increase his aggro? No, not really. What's Volka got? I'll give that to him. Just because he's going to be our, tank. Okay, gone through all that. Let's move. Oh, that's why. He's with her. Just in time. Survivors, let's clear these things out. Let's see, what's so special about these things? Unearthly Endurance. Willpower absorbs all strength damage until depleted. Also explodes on death. Oh, joy. So that's gonna cause some problems for us. Fine. What about this one? Bird of Prey, fires arrow at greater range, 100% chance to hit. Okay, so these warped archers are gonna be a problem because they have more willpower than the rest of them. Let's see. Warped Spearman. Impale causes knockback and target bleed when moving. Okay. I don't know. Would have been pretty appropriate if our first fight had been here rather than at Arboring. I mean, I get why. But I'm just saying, it would have been a lot more interesting to have this be our first fight. You know, a nice little bookend. Well, bookend? Is that the right word for it? No, probably not. Let's see, any hero can use the Volca Spear to cast Chain Lightning on an enemy. Defeat enemies to charge it. So we replace our Warhorn with the Volca Spear. Alright, who's next? Let's see, Warped Archer. Probably gonna go after these two. Or not. Nope, yep. You can do plenty of damage, but the problem is they have lots of willpower. So I think, honestly, best bet, get between this guy and our witch and Stonewall. No surprises there. And Ollie, you just stay behind Iver. At the very least, they all seem to be focusing on him. Ah. Alright, let's check out this new ability. Yeah, for whatever reason, they all seem to be focusing him. Okay, let's move her over here and then try this Ride the Lightning. See what that does for us. Interesting. Okay, Iver, let's get you in there and get a Tempest going. Hopefully it's enough damage. Now the question is, does having willpower just stop them outright? Like if I do more than 4 damage, is it just blocked? Because they still had willpower? Guess there's only one way to find out. No, it does not. Alright, I guess the explosion just means warped ashes type deal. Alright, you just keep stonewalling. I mean, if they're gonna waste all of their willpower on extra damage, what do I care? Okay, so we can't move her next turn. That's fine. Bingo! It's gonna hit her, but... so be it. She can heal it off. Oof. Forgot about that. Yikes. And she can't actually heal herself. Oh, joy. Alright, well, that's fine. We only got a couple enemies left. And again, if they're wasting all their willpower on us, well, doesn't really matter now, does it? Valgard, ready for promotion. When the quiet comes, it feels unnatural, like being underwater. What happened to these things anyway? Asks Volka, breaking the silence. The strange woman replies, Dredge, human, Varl, it doesn't matter out here. Not dead, but their minds were gone even before we laid them to rest. The charred remains of the warped creatures bubble and fizz in the light, and smell horrible. You take the conversation outside the ruined hall as you descend toward the foot of Strand. I wonder, would there have been an extra one? Because apparently there was an option to allow Eric to go back to Strand. Was it, Manaharr Saga 1 or 2? It was Manaharr Saga 1. An unexpected place to find visitors. The Dredge were trouble enough in Strand without being warped into monsters. I wasn't sure we'd ever be unstuck from this abyss, even with our friend's light. Good that you stayed put. You won't outpace the darkness on foot. We travel into the wind, not away, to undo it. Undo the darkness? How? No mere mender this, the woman's of Alka. But you are not. How did you learn to weave the light? I've picked up a thing or two on my own. You learn to protect yourself when the menders are trying to kill you. All options lead to the same results. 2 gets a little extra dialogue. How did you wind up here? By chance. We're the last to hold out in Strand, far as I know. The rest fled, or were killed by Dredge, even before the darkness covered us. Then Alfrin arrived. Despite our history, I came this way to seek the council in Manaharr. I wonder if the remains of it found me instead. You can tell Juno is uncomfortable with the implication, but she remains composed as ever, even less so. We need to move on. Time is our enemy. Time itself? Then you'll need capable allies. Which witch? Which witch? Alfrin joined the caravan. Is this the same witch from Manaharr Saga 2? I can see it on your face. You wonder, can I trust her? What I'm wondering is why there's so much color in the air between you and the big lady with the raven shield. You glance at Volka. All his head swivels back and forth between her and Juno. He's not the only one drawing a weapon. You hear Juno clearly in your mind. Be ready. Oh boy. Well, we are just about out of time for this episode, so I think I'm gonna end things off there for today. If you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for an upload, or to hit the straw poll link to vote for our next Let's Play. And please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.